Would you like to learn how to improve your English by mastering gerunds? Welcome to Jen's Jyugyou. My name is Jen, and today I'm going to teach you what a gerund is and how to use gerunds correctly in English. To start today's lesson, I want to give you a little bit of a quiz. I'm going to tell you 5 sentences. I want you to listen carefully to the sentences, and I want you to choose which 2 sentences are not using gerunds correctly. Which 2 sentences are not using gerunds correctly? Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1, not eating makes me angry. Number 2, eating junk food is unhealthy. Number 3, I love to eating muffins. Number 4, people get sick from not eating. Number 5, I am eating a muffin. Looking at these 5 sentences, please think about which 2 are not using gerunds correctly. I will tell you the answers at the end of today's lesson. What is a gerund? A gerund is when you take a base verb and you add ing to the end of the verb, but instead of using it as a verb in your sentence, it becomes like a noun. So when you're looking at the sentence, you see verb plus ing, but it's not going to be a verb. It'll function as a noun. And as you know, nouns are generally the subject or the object of your sentence. For example, I like books, subject, verb, object. I like reading books, or I like reading. I like reading is an example of using a gerund. In this case, when you have the verb read plus ing, it is not a verb. It is being used as a noun in the sentence. Books are great. Reading books is great. Reading is great. In this case, reading is great. Still, reading is not a verb, it is a noun, and it is the subject of your sentence. Let's take a look at a few examples of gerunds. I love eating muffins. Eating muffins is great. You could see how eating is being used as a gerund in both of those sentences. Studying English can be difficult. Many people dislike studying. A quick note in terms of spelling. If the base verb that you're adding ing to finishes with a consonant, vowel, consonant, then when you are writing the gerund form of the verb, you need to double the final consonant before you add ing. For example, running. Running is great exercise. I really hate running. Shopping is fun. I need to go shopping. Swimming is good exercise. In Hawaii, I went swimming. Another note for spelling of gerunds, if the base verb ends in E, before you add ing, please take away the E. For example, smoking causes cancer. You should quit smoking. Driving in winter can be difficult. I avoid driving in winter. To make gerunds negative, just add the word not in front of them. Not taking a break is exhausting. I'll try not taking a break so I can finish. Not exercising is unhealthy. My friend suggested not exercising too soon before bed. Now that you know what a gerund is and how to make gerunds, let's take a look at how to use gerunds in a little bit more detail. As you could see, gerunds can be the subject of your sentence. When gerunds are the subject of your sentence, the verb that comes after them should be the same verb that you would use for a third-person singular verb. So what this basically means is that if you're writing in simple present, the verb that comes after the gerund needs to have an S somewhere in that verb. Jogging is good exercise. Playing video games makes me happy. Listening to music inspires me. Drinking coffee gives me energy. Not sleeping causes headaches. Subscribing to Jen's Jyugyou is a great idea. In addition to being the subject of a sentence, gerunds are also used as the object of a sentence. Let's take a look at a few more examples. Many people dislike exercising. La la la, I enjoy singing. It's hard to avoid eating junk food. They finished studying for the test. The doctors suggested not drinking coffee. I miss seeing my friends in Japan. One final point I want to make about gerunds as the subjects or objects of your sentences is that you need to be careful that you don't get gerunds confused with verbs. And specifically, don't get gerunds confused with the continuous form of the verb, such as present continuous or past continuous. For example, reading is fun. I like reading. This is using the verb read as a gerund. But I am reading now is not an example of a gerund. I am reading now is present continuous. Subject be, verb ing, present continuous, not a gerund. Cooking takes a lot of time. My husband is cooking dinner tonight. In that example, cooking takes a lot of time. Cooking is a gerund. My husband is cooking tonight is an example of present continuous. You're using the verb in the continuous form, not as a gerund. So please be careful in your sentences. If it's subject be, verb plus ing, it is not going to be a gerund. It is going to be the continuous form of the verb. Now that you've learned all about what a gerund is, how to make them, and when to use them, let's take a look at our 5 sentences from the beginning of today's lesson. Now, can you tell which 2 sentences are not using gerunds correctly? Sentence number 1 is correct. It is using a gerund as the object and a negative gerund as the object. Perfect. Number 2 is also correct. Eating junk food is unhealthy. Eating is being used as the gerund in the subject of the sentence. Number 3, I love to eating muffins is incorrect. The correct way to use the gerund is just verb plus ing. You don't add a preposition in front of the gerund in order to complete the sentence. You only do this with infinitives. An infinitive sentence would be, I love to eat muffins. To plus the base form of the verb, not plus a gerund. For more information on gerunds versus infinitives, you can check out a video I made about that over here. Sentence number 4, people get sick from not eating is a correct sentence. So not eating is the gerund and it's being used as the object of the sentence. Number 5, I am eating a muffin. This sentence has great grammar, but it is not using a gerund correctly. It's not using a gerund at all. This is an example of present continuous. Right now, I am eating a muffin. So be careful about present continuous versus gerunds when you are speaking and writing English. And now it's time for question of the day. In today's lesson, you could hear some examples of things such as drinking too much coffee is unhealthy. Not exercising is unhealthy. Eating junk food is unhealthy. Smoking is not good. Okay? These are all things that are not good for your health, which were explained using gerunds. So for today's question of the day, please give me some health tips. How can I improve my health using gerunds as the subject or object of your sentences? Let me know your tips in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it useful, why not try subscribing to Jen's Jyugyou? Good luck with your English studies, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.